Hello everyone. Please let me know if I'm audible. Please let me know if I'm audible. Okay, I think I'll start off with the Python data types. So data types, let me just go over the general instructions first. So I'm Vismaya and I'm 12 years old. This is the second session of my Python course and the first live one. And this is about the Python data types. The last 10 minutes will be for questions and answers. You can ask questions in the live chat or from this link. So the link is right here. It will also be there in the description, all the links over here. Now what are data types? So data types are the ways that the interpreter, in this case Python, reads data, and you need to specify how, and you can do that with these data types. Now there are several data types: strings, integers, floats, complexes, lists, tuples, ranges, dictionaries, sets, frozen sets, booleans, bytes, byte arrays, and memory views. Here we will be discussing only strings, str, integers, floats, lists, tuples, ranges, and dictionaries. If we have time, frozen sets and sets. Okay, so the uses of data types are to store numbers, which includes integers as well as decimals. You can use it to store other data types in just one variable. You can use it to store letters and other characters, and you can use it for comparison. Now each data type has a specific function. So let us look at that now. Let us start off with strings. So what is a string used for? So string is used to store all kinds of text, whether it's special characters, alphabets, which includes uppercase and lowercase of course, or numbers. Whatever is put in a string should be put within quotes. It can be put within double quotes or single quotes. Note, if you use double quotes in the beginning, you need to use it to end the string too. And if you use single quotes in the beginning, you need to use single quotes in the end too. Let me show you how a string looks like. Yeah, like this. Here you have a variable, your variable name. Then you have your string. You can see here I'm using only single quotes. You have your variable name, open quotes, your string text. See, I have special characters here too. I have uppercase and lowercase, and then you need to use closed quotes. Now let's take a look at string indexes. But before that, let's make our own string. Just a second. I hope all of you have Python installed. So this is it. Just increase the size. Full screen here. So you can see here, this is Python. Here you use a print function, as I had said in the first session. Here let's put in a string like hi. They can see right below it we found hi written. We can even try with a variable. Let's take a variable. So a is equal to, let's put a string, in this case hello world, and print a. Print a. So here you can see it again said hello world. Hello world, as you can see here. So here we just defined a variable as I had shown in my slideshow, and we implemented it here in Python too. So now going back to the presentation. Okay, so here we shrink idle. Okay, so here you can see this. Let's move over with string indexes. Now you have noticed that we have different characters, and Python assigns an index to them, each of them a number, and it starts from 0. In this case, let's take the example Python 3. So indexes give the, as in these numbers, give the location of a character in a string, an item in a string. All of these are items, and all of these are the indexes. As you can see, I formatted it in this table. So when you take the if I want to find the item of index 3, you'll find age. Item of index 6, you'll find 3. So you can even do it always starts from 0, and you can find all of these with Python. Before that, we'll take a look at another example. Let's take the string text edit plus. So index 3 is t, index 2 is x, index 8 is t. Now Python does all of this for you automatically, and this is how it does it. You need to give the string's name. In our case it was a. Let me stop this again. Yeah, so all of you can see here. Let's take a, and as you saw, square brackets, and in that the index. Let's start off with index 0, and in hello world, index 0 will be the first item, which will be age. So as you can see, we got age. We can also do index 4. Yeah, we got O, because index 4 would be the fifth item, which is O. The next item would be the comma. You can try and experiment with more strings with different names. Instead of hello world, you could even take something else, but it should be in quotes, whether it's double quotes or single quotes. Now we'll go back to my presentation. Yeah, so here, what if you want to find the number of items, not number of indexes. The number of indexes would be the number of items minus 1, because we start from 0 when we are indexing, and we start from 1 when we are finding the item. So now we can find out the number of items with len and then the name of your string. Let me share again. Okay, so here we'll take the length of it, len, and name a in this case. And here, what's the length of hello world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13. Yeah, see that? The length of the string was 13. You would mainly use these when the value inside the variable would be unpredictable. For example, when we'll do it later, when you're taking in user input, the user can give in any string he wants, right? And you would have to find out data from that. So that's when you'll have to use these functions. Otherwise, if you're typing it by yourself, of course, you can find out the data by yourself. So, let me go back. So, here you can see index also, right? Now, these two are opposites. String the square brackets and the string dot index, their opposites. This one, this string, it's used to find the item with the index. This is the other way around. It's used to find the index with the item. So in these quotes, you specify the item. So we look at that now. So here let's type a dot index. Let's take index. Let's find the index for h, which will obviously be index 0. We'll take w, this very w, and that would be index 7. A dot index. I take the comma, and after that the white space. Index 6. So let's continue. Here, let's go to the next slide with some more methods. Dot count. The dot count of a string returns the number of times an item appears in the string. So, back to your idle. You need to do a dot count, and then you specify the index. Let's take O. Hello appears, O appears twice, once in hello and then in world, the second item of world. So let's take O. Yeah, we got the count is 2. If I specify a number which or a character which doesn't exist at all, let's take M count 0, because it doesn't come any times in that. Comes 0 number of times in it. And after that we use find. Now find is a lot like index, but the only thing about it is that it uses more than one character. Index used only one count and dot index used only one character, but find takes multiple characters where it only starts from the first character. This is very helpful when you have a huge string. So let me show you that. Back to idle. Here, yeah. A dot find. Let's take RLD, which is the last in our string. And remember, Python is extremely case sensitive. So if you put caps or not lower, anything like that, Python will interpret it exactly the same way you've specified it. It's extremely case sensitive. So RLD. R starts from index 9. We'll try that with count. R starts from index. R starts from index 9. R starts from index 9. And here you saw that value error, since it didn't know where 9 was. Same thing even with this. I had given you a list of common errors. in the previous video. Let's take index 100, which doesn't exist at all. There, I got it. Index error, string index out of range. So you need to be careful about that. Just a second, I don't think you're able to see my screen. Just a second. Yeah, here it is. So you can take anything you want at all, and if it's out of the index, even 10 would be out of the index. Okay, no. 15 would be out of the index. Yeah. Index error, string index out of range. If you have to prevent these errors, you need to put in a try clause, which we'll see later. Maybe 5-6 videos from now. And then we go over to the not very frequently used ones, which are starts with, here. So starts with is will return either true or false. It's basically a bool sitting inside. So hello world starts from H, and if I say starts with, and then here I say H, then I'll say true, and this is also case sensitive. So I'll start sharing this. So here we'll take A dot starts with, let's take 1. I get false. Starts with 10, also false. If I take it starts from HE, I get true. Now there's also ends with, and may have guessed what it does. And it'll tell you if it ends with. Surely our string ends with RLD. False. It's RLD followed by an exclamation mark. Yeah, now it's true. You can even just directly say exclamation mark without anything. Of course, even here it only takes one item, which is the ending point, and then starts with it takes only the first index. Okay, so now let's continue. Let me start sharing my slideshow again. As you can see here, we had ends with, and now we're in for strip. I won't be showing you split right now. I'll show you that once we come to the sequence types. So I'll show you split right now. So strip right now. So if I say a dot strip, and it has to start from the beginning only. So if I say a dot strip, let's remove HE. Yeah, that would be LLO and just world. Now it hasn't changed anything on our variable, as you can see. To change it completely, you will have to say A is equal to, and then A dot strip HE. There's also replace. Let me just start sharing again. Okay, there's upper and lower. Now Python is case sensitive, and that's why this is used several times to make both the strings completely uppercase or completely lowercase, so that the Python program can understand it easily. Several developers do that. So here you can see, let's do a dot upper. See, everything, all the letters in here are uppercase, and lower does, as you may have guessed, the opposite. See, everything is lower. And after that, we have our join. So we need two strings for this, so I'll make another string. B is equal to Python. Now a dot join B. You can see here, every single, for every index of Python, which is B is Python, I get the hello world, then Y hello world, then D hello world, then H hello world, then T, then O hello world, all of that. And this isn't, as you may have expected, it's not very popular. And then we have replace. So a dot replace, you can put another string inside here. Okay, so this is the, so in your browser or in any text editor, you would have found that find and replace option, right? You can do that even with Python. But even this does not make permanent changes to the string. Just like upper and lower and strip, they don't make any permanent changes to your string. So let's replace H, our capital H, with M, right? Then I got mellow world. This is commonly used, and I've used it too. And now let's go back here so that we can go over with some advanced things with strings. Now here there are the more operations with strings. So string in, string to, this is actually a bool, but we can do it right now. We'll use A and B. So actually I think we'll do Q&A now. Let me stop all of this. We'll do Q&A now. If there are any questions, you can put it in the chat, live chat. There's also a link. There's a link that I've put in the description as well as the live chat for you to ask questions. You can ask over there too. We have only a couple minutes left. Okay, since there are no questions, I think I'll move over to the conclusion. So whatever you've seen in this will, if you have missed out any part of it, it'll always be there for you to see again, recorded. You can still ask questions in the comments. You can still ask in the comments, but I think I'll end it now. Thank you, everyone.